Hello, hello, team. Welcome to the Trading Trail. This is the series where I track my progress as a day trader throughout all of 2025. We are on day 18th. It is the 13th day of the stock market today, and we have another green day on our hands. I am very, very happy with my execution today. If I had to give myself a rating, I would actually give myself a solid A on how I performed today. Now, I didn't catch anything. You don't have to trade everything, but it's a green day nonetheless, and quite a good green day as well. I traded 7 different stocks today, and I'm green on 5 of them and red on 2. I think we had the focus on the right stocks at the right time. So, congratulations to anyone that was following along in the Traders Lounge. I hope you were able to finish green on the day. We also had some phenomenal callouts from Jenny F, which is another helpful member in Sensei Trend Traders. So if you're wanting to learn how to trade, make sure you use my link in the description. Now, let's get right into it. So on today, we are sitting up $447.15. Most of that profit coming from GELS. That was a 10 EMA on the 5 snapback. Then we also had NEHC, which was another snapback, 117 on that. BLBX, that was a very phenomenal trade. And it had a better opportunity around forming around 10:30 into 11, and I ended up sitting on my hands for that one. Then we also had PDYN, RVSN, USCG. That one I really didn't even mean to trade it. I think it was with $100 and it went down like one share. Um, or 1 cent or something like that. So that one's very small green, hardly a paper cut, and then ASST was $68 in the red. So this was probably the trade of the day, BLBX, and as you can kind of see, I did trade it back in here, but we're actually going to dissect this layout much better on later on. This was the trade of the day, and plenty of opportunities to trade that one. So let's get right into it. The first trade of the day was in EHC, as this one was setting up into 7 in the morning. This one I was very, very happy with. So this one, I mainly took some shares right here at that 440. I think I had a 445 3 entry right here. And with the intention of, if we get a break and hold of this downtrend, the break of this next downtrend is going to be the confirmation that we were able to hold strong down here, which means entering in at that 456 break, and 456 is found from this resistance and some resistance back here. Getting a break through this level and then the nice larger pop above is exactly what we want to see. The break of this next downtrend after seeing price hold back here is the confirmation that price held in a very strong way. Now, as price is setting up into that 7 in the morning sweet spot right here, this is 7 in the morning. Look at this huge green candle. Honestly, if I didn't take too much off the top right away, this would have been a massive trade on the day. Now I'm still green on that one. In EHC was $117 in the green just from that one little move. But if I played it with proper sizing, I think it would have been a lot more of a green trade, especially this loss afterwards. Shouldn't have played that one. And I think I played it with some smaller size, but kept it very reasonably tight. So nonetheless, $100 on that one. GELS, this is a snapback strategy. So if we notice here, this is the 5-minute chart. Price comes up, price comes back down, and what we look for is price to hold on the 10 EMA on the 5, then break this previous resistance and land that larger extension away from the 10 EMA on the 5. That's exactly what happens right here. So right here, we know that we have a resistance at that 266. So I'm kind of getting some dips in right here. Price then starts to break the 266, and that's when we rocket ship right through. Now, the chance that we were going to get this move larger after price is extending so far from the 10 EMA on the 5 is kind of slim. Very extended from the 10 on the 5. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and highlight that, and then highlight this as well. because we want to see price hold the 10 EMA on the 5 to land that larger move. And then another trade was on BLBX. As we see, price comes up, back down, finds support on the 25 on the 1. When price is holding on the 25 on the 1, that normally signifies that price is holding in a very strong way above the 10 EMA on the 5. So BLBX getting in around right here, taking some profit off the table, and then getting back in right here, taking some more profit off the table, closing my position right here. So that was, sorry, close is going to be the red marker. Let's mark everything up here. Added back, played it from that 3 break. And again, we had the 3 break from this green candle close right there. So very, very nice move on this one. We took some profit off the table right into that first target. Then another one that we played was ASST. This one was into market open. I was much more hesitant to play this one. It kind of took some cojones to play this one, in my opinion, but I played it with some smaller size. But what I was looking for is a break of this 142 level. And I was thinking, I was monitoring all the other stocks that were setting up into market open, and I was kind of thinking ASST would kind of get a nice like red to green move into market open, and that's almost exactly what we end up seeing. So we know that we have this 142 resistance drawn. Oh, getting ahead of ourselves here. So we have this 142 resistance very obviously being respected. And then we also start to make a series of lower highs. Now at the same time, this longer term downtrend here was placed from the highs that we found earlier in the pre-market. So this downtrend kind of gave me the extra confidence that, you know what, if we try the 142, if we get a break and hold, then we should see a move up and form a new downtrend. I was thinking that we would get a move up to our 173 resistance. We got to move to 170, 3 cents away. That's as close as you can get. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I would consider that completed. Now, on this move on ASST, what I ended up doing is I ended up chasing it because I was a little late on my entry. I think I had a 144 entry. So 144, and then took some profit off the table into this first known resistance of this 156. Again, I had 156 charted already, and we find that resistance perfectly. So I take a little bit off the table right there, and then what I should have done is, again, as long as 142 holds here, then it can show room for that larger move up. If I kept more focus on the 142 area, that's what would have meant that I would have been taking a little bit more profit off the table up at the top. Unfortunately, since I had a 144 average and I knowing that 142 price below my average needed to hold, I didn't want to give this trade that much breathing room, especially into market open when things can move that fast. So I actually ended up closing my position right down here. Now, ASST, I did actually end up trading it earlier on, some small scalps, and meant that I was going to be red on this ticker, even if I traded it early into market open. This was a great profit trade. Unfortunately, I've traded it earlier on it, so I think I'm still sitting red on that ticker today, but greatly minimized my loss on that one. I think I was originally down about, I think it was like $110 or something, and then I brought it down to only red $70 on this ticker from catching the nice move into market open. So that was ASST. And then this is the best trade of the day, which was on BLBX. And I think that this was such a phenomenal trade for many, many different reasons. There's a lot of stuff that you can study on this chart, but what I'm going to personally study is this prediction and chart that I was referencing right here. So I was referencing this chart that I decided to save in my notes. This is why it's so important to study on a move like this. This chart is from SERV maybe a year ago. A year ago. This wasn't a setup that's set up today. But what I'm going to go ahead and highlight here is this area down here. This area right here is a perfect example why it pays to study. Because why I kept focus on this one is we get that nice red move into market open. Price is able to find support. Basically, trading off of the 10 EMA on the 30. I think it actually happened on both cases, on both SERV and BLBX, which again, we will talk about in a second. But what I was looking for is this larger move into 10:30 in the morning. 10:30, 11 are kind of that key area that we want to pay attention to for landing some nice trades. Notice how price gets a nice reversal off of these lows, comes up, breaks our downtrend, but price isn't ready to make that larger move. When price comes back down and tests our downtrend, notice what it's also testing. It is testing the VWAP level. So this black line right here is VWAP. Support of the downtrend is right here. Price comes up, breaks both of them, comes back down, tests both of them in the same area. Oh my goodness. I'm having technical difficulties here, bear with me. But price is able to come back down and test both areas right here, testing both VWAP and the downtrend support. The fact that price came back down, tested both of these areas, is kind of the signifier that buyers are going to start stepping in. This is a great opportunity to kind of spot that reversal, in my opinion. So in this case, on SERV, I had an average all the way down here at like 427. That's as good as it gets to land that bigger move on this trade. Now, if we are looking for a retest of both support of the downtrend and the VWAP level, let's look at BLBX. So this is my prediction image. Just off of BLBX, trading off of finding support down here, trading off of these lows, continuing to make higher lows, because this previous low was around 260. So what I was thinking here is we needed to see price. Its previous low was down at 260 off of like that first initial impulse higher, made a low of 260, price came back up, cleared out some of this area, price came back down, made a low down here, price came up, made a slightly higher low, but continued to stair step up. Also notice how the 200 EMA on the 1 is finding support every single time. This double bottom action off of the 200 EMA on the 1 is what gives me conviction that it's very likely that we will see a setup like this. This prediction was grabbed from this downtrend that was placed from the highs back up here. This downtrend, if we were able to get a break and a hold of VWAP, this would be a perfect VWAP reversal to initiate that larger move. Again, something that I'm personally studying. I have a lot of notes of charts very similar to this, which is the exact reason that if you are in Sensei Trend Traders, I dropped this exact prediction image about 30 minutes before the move actually ended up happening in the member chat. So I told everyone that was in the Traders Lounge, hey, let's look for something exactly like this. In order for me to trust a setup form on BLBX, price action will need to show something exactly like this. So again, what we look for is price to move up, break the downtrend, then come back down, find support at both VWAP and the downtrend to then make that larger parabolic move. When we scroll down here, this is the actual chart on BLBX. Notice how price gets up above. We do get that nice little wick above, and then again, it was a little bit too early right here for price to actually go up and break this resistance. So price came back down, failed VWAP, but held support. And then as I'm calling it out, again, I need to see a price action break above, come back down, test support of both support of the downtrend and VWAP. VWAP again is this black line. Support of the downtrend would be the downtrend itself. And price holding in this exact area is what then signifies that parabolic move. Now, price holding above our next downtrend, price then held in this area and then made another impulse higher, all the way up to about $5. BLBX, there were many opportunities to trade this one for some massive profits. BLBX was honestly the only one that we needed today. Unfortunately, I did not end up trading this one. Now, I was calling it out. I was like, you know what? I'm already up $400 on the day. I don't need to overstay my welcome. So I'm very glad that I kept focus on this one and at least was able to screenshot it and predict that movement going forward. But again, I'm kind of taking this as a learning opportunity. When I have such high confidence on a setup like this, that's when I'm allowed to kind of take that trade. Now, unfortunately, at this time of the day, I was running a little bit lower on settled funds. I still had settled funds to have possibly traded this one, but it was like, it's lower settled funds. I can't really do my full position sizing, so it's like, I'm just gonna sit on my hands. I'm already up 400 something dollars on the day, so let's not overstay my welcome. Looking back again, hindsight 2020, that stock, this trade went up like 30 something percent from our entry down here. But regardless, again, finishing the day red. Now, another stock that I want to mention is PDYN. I was talking about this one a lot, not necessarily for a day trade, but I ended up day trading it either way. Now, the reason I had such high focus on PDYN was going to be because of this exact chart right here. PDYN on these longer time frame looks was looking very, very good. PDYN, what I was looking for is we had this nice downtrend formed. We had this peak, valley, and then another peak, and then price coming back down. Notice how we're starting to make some higher and higher lows. So this is higher low 1, higher low 2, and then another higher low. So seeing this price action kind of gave me the confidence that, you know what? Seeing a move back above, and I wanted to see a move all the way up to our 1170 resistance. Again, 1170 is grabbed from playing it in previous times. And more importantly, this resistance back here. So I already had 1170 charted on my chart. So I was thinking if we're able to break above and hold above a psychological 10 here, we should get that move, that 20% move into that 1170. Let's pull up the actual individual chart here. PDYN, look at this. This downtrend here, break, holds above, and then boom, we get a very nice, almost parabolic move, it felt like, into market open. So I take some initials off the top here, and then I'm really holding as long as the 10 EMA on the 5 holds. 10 EMA on the 5 ends up failing right here. And then I'm closing the position shortly after that. Now, technically, again, I could have held for that larger move up to 1170. I was playing this one with larger size, so it doesn't really matter. But again, I wanted to at least play it with smaller size just to increase my confidence in looking for these setups. I have seen many setups form from this downtrend that's formed on a 30-minute chart, and time after again, I let them go without me. I wanted to at least play this one to slowly start increasing my confidence that a trade like this can actually work. And as we see, price goes up, retest that 30-minute downtrend, and then makes that larger move to that next resistance. Now, price does later on come back down and test that 950 area, but this was plenty of room to take some profit off the table. So very good trade. Very happy that I at least played it, even though I'm only like green. I think I'm green like $20 on it. Yeah, I mean that's not a lot of money, but hey, that pays for lunch. So very happy with it. Just glad that I was able to increase my confidence on a setup that looked like that. Plenty of opportunities to walk away green on today. Another thing that I did mention in the Discord was BLBX. It made some moves later on in the day, and again, it's a beautiful chart to study. BLBX, because if we pull up a 30-minute chart, look at how beautiful this is. There were many ways to have played this one. The move that I was just talking about into 1030 happened right about here, where we get the breakthrough 333 and a rocket ship all the way up to a high of $5. That is a perfect trade. Now, unfortunately, again, I didn't play it, but there were many opportunities to have played this one, and you can gather that information just from how beautiful this chart is right here. So if we notice, we're going to zoom in here. We are on a 30-minute chart. So this 30-minute chart, this red line is our 10 EMA on the 30-minute. Notice how price is holding this 10 EMA on the 30 the entire time. Quite beautiful. And every time price comes down, so we get a large explosive move, price comes down, tests that 10 EMA on the 30, then makes that extending move away. Price comes back down, tests the 10 on the 30, makes that large exploding impulse higher. Price is coming back down, testing the 1030. So right now, you would have to imagine this channel is getting pretty tight between 1030 holding as support versus the rising resistance of maybe 550 or even that sixth level. So right here, it's kind of a battle, most certainly, between price holding above the 10 on the 30 or this downtrend pushing price lower. So you can almost expect something to happen within this area. It's not a guarantee that we're going to get that next extending move higher, but it's not impossible. And if the 10 EMA on the 30 fails, then I would also expect an extending move downwards away from the 10 EMA on the 30 then. So just something to look for. Many opportunities. Like I think it was a 367 showed room right here. Like there were plenty of opportunities to actually play this again from a 367 into that larger move. But I digress. BLBX was definitely the trade of the day, and it is sitting up over 200% just on the day. Quite a phenomenal move to those who were able to profit from it. Congratulations to anyone that was able to take any profit off the table on BLBX. I hope the rest of the team was able to finish the day green. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys know the drill. Drop them in the comments. Reach out to me on Discord. Whatever you got to do. I hope everyone that joined me on the Traders Lounge was able to finish green today. If not, hey, feel free to reach out to me. Like I'm kind of curious what stocks you ended up red on. If I played the same stocks that you were looking at, and so on. Feel free to reach out. Now, one other thing just to mention, tomorrow is going to be the 23rd of January, which is also going to be Thursday. Thursday can certainly be a difficult day to trade. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to be walking away before market open, so it's going to be a shorter trading session for me regardless. So looking to play very cautious and see if there's any trades that are coming my way into 7 in the morning. I don't want to force any trades that early in the morning. But regardless, let's get after it and get moving and grooving. Thank you guys for joining me on the trading trail. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys know the drill. Have a good day, guys. Bye.